What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about Last of Us Episode 9. But before we get into that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you guys thought about this episode, and yeah, we'll go from there, guys. But yeah, this is Last of Us Episode 8, titled When We Are in Need. This episode premiered on March 5th, 2023, and the cast is, as usual, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. So we have Scott Shepherd, and someone that I'm very happy to see is Troy Baker. For those that don't know, Troy Baker actually does the voice of Joel in the video game. So for me, it was just like, oh, we're seeing Joel from the video game here. This was awesome. It's a great homage. I'm pretty sure Ashley Johnson's going to be in next week's episode because I know she's supposed to be in the show. She played Ellie, so we should see her next week. I'm guessing that's an early spoiler, but she's supposed to be in one of the episodes. She hasn't shown up so far, so my guess is next week. This episode has a runtime of 50 minutes. So going off what happened, not necessarily last week, I mean a little bit of last week, but the week before in episode 7, not episode 7, episode 6, Joel got injured at the end of episode 6, if you guys remember. Ellie was trying to treat him a little bit in episode 7. Well, episode 8, Ellie's still trying to take care of him, but now they're going to encounter another group. And I don't want to say too much about it in this section, guys. I am going to have a spoiler section, as usual, after I'm giving all my spoiler-free thoughts. But yeah, things that happen between Ellie and this other group are very intense, and it is very crazy. So let's actually move on to my spoiler-free thoughts of this episode. That's the basic plot of the episode. Ellie has to now deal with this other group while Joel's still recovering. So yeah, let's move on to spoiler-free thoughts. Creepy is an understatement to how creepy this episode gets. It gets intense. It has moments where you kind of realize the real villains of this apocalypse aren't even the infected. It's those that survive and what they've done to survive. I want to say that's really what the big thing around this episode is. The entire time I was just like, holy crap, what is going on? And I've played the game and I was just like, oh, this is creepy as hell. I'll give it to Shepherd, the way he plays David. He gives a good, creepy feeling. I want to say he's more creepy in this than I thought Nolan North did in the video game. And I thought Nolan North was pretty creepy the way he did his portrayal of David there. I feel like Shepherd took it to another level, to the point where I was just like, yeah, this guy is a bad dude. I do not like him whatsoever. So yeah, that's part of my thoughts, guys. I also want to say that Bella Ramsey in this episode, she knocked it out of the park. Like, wow, I was very impressed by her. This was probably her best performance to date, and I was happy with seeing her grow. I honestly can't wait to see what she does in the next episode and the next season, just because I feel like we've all seen her do cool stuff in shows like Game of Thrones and things like that, but this was really her, this was her episode. And I know they had the whole last episode with her and Riley, but no, we're seeing her fight or flight in all sense of it, and it was great. So let's move on to my score. Like I said, great episode so far of what I've said. Also, actually, before my score, one more thought. Pedro Pascal also did a great role here. He actually got more to do here than he did last week, so that was cool to see him do that. I do like how the episodes kind of just focus on a few characters. It's not one of these shows where it's a wide amount of characters where they focus on. It's just like, no, we have our basic 2 people. Maybe some weeks it's not going to focus too much on them individually, but they're doing a really good job of getting me invested in these characters. And we do see more of the Joel and Ellie bond that they're making. And it's not what I love is that it's never any of these is there something between them romantically? No, it's definitely this he sees her like a surrogate daughter, she sees him like a surrogate father, and it feels like it's working. There's a moment at the end of the episode, and I'll talk about this in the spoiler section, where I really get they're in this together, and I loved it. Alright, so moving on to my score, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10, guys. It's amazing. I was just blown away. I was just like, holy crap. I was on my seat being like, oh man, this is tense. And I was looking at the clock at the end, and I was just like, are they going to finish this? How are they going to finish this? How is this going to go? But no, they did everything well. I thought that the ending really worked for me, even though I felt like a little bit of the episode, part of it was a little rushed, but it never, I understood why they did it the way they did. They didn't really want to drag things out. They didn't want to have, something I've noticed with the show is the game has like, you kill a bunch of people in the game. The show doesn't really do that, and I think it's to the betterment of the show, where we're not trying to show Joel and Ellie being way too violent, with like too many people. It's like, all right, if they do have like, they're gonna kill someone, it's usually like small scale, and I think it works better. It's more realistic. Like if you ever play Uncharted and you see how many people Nathan Drake kills, and I just mentioned Uncharted because that's Naughty Dog, same company that made this. Like Nathan Drake just kills like hundreds of people in these games, and Joel in the video game also killed a lot of people. Not as many as Nathan Drake, but something like that doesn't really translate to TV as well, or even a movie. But the way that The Last of Us is doing it, I think it's a really great balance. All right, so like I said, 9 out of 10. Do I recommend this episode? Yes. I thought it was a great penultimate episode, and I can't wait for what they do next week. I hope you guys are enjoying it just as much as I am. So if you guys are leaving me here, guys, and not going to go to the spoiler section, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please comment down below what you want me to review next. But let's move on now to the spoiler section. So here's your spoiler warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, welcome back into the spoiler section. If you're someone that just came back from watching the episode and want to now see the spoilers, let's go through them right now. So the beginning of the episode starts off with us getting our first introduction to David. He's a preacher, and he's talking to his community. He is the leader of this community, and they're in mourning because the person that stabbed Joel at the end of episode 6, he was part of this community. So they're mourning him. His daughter has like a little line that she wants her father like to be buried, but David says, oh, we have to wait till the springtime to be able to bury him because it's too cold. We find out later on why, but I don't want to say that just yet. And then we get introduced to James from here. Now, James is portrayed by Troy Baker, so it's really cool to see him. It's always one of these things, like, sorry for a sidebar here. Troy Baker should be a live action artist as well. I mean, I know he does do stuff, but the fact that he does so much great voiceover work is just like, what can this guy not do? And he's also a musician. It's like, dude, can you like slow it down so the rest of us have some chance to shine? Because damn, this guy's amazing. All right, enough of me being all into Troy Baker. All right, so let's move on now to like we get introduced to James, and he seems like he's following David, but I'm not 100% sure that he's for everything David wants to do. We'll find out why later. I mean, we don't actually find out why, but we can imply what he did disagree with. But they're even saying like they're low on rations for food, so like they have to go hunt some animals and stuff like that down. So from here, we actually go back to Ellie. Well, starting with Ellie, and she's taking care of Joel. And right now, the big thing is that she needs medicine to be able to take care of him, but they don't have anything. But Ellie still needs to go do something, so what she decides to do is go hunting. She has Joel's rifle. She ends up shooting a deer, but sadly, she didn't shoot it well enough where they were at where she could easily just grab the deer and take it back. The deer still had some fight left in it, and it ran away. The deer does eventually die, and it's found by James and David. But then Ellie's the one that puts a gun out to them. And they're trying to make a trade with Ellie. I think they were going to trade the deer for penicillin. And Ellie's fine for that when she can get that. She ends up having a conversation with David, finding out a little bit about him afterwards. David's creepy. The entire conversation she has with him, I'm just like, this guy's very creepy. He kind of wants her to join their group. James does come back, and he has Ellie, like, he's right behind her and he could shoot her, but David tells him not to. They do complete the trade, and they keep the deer, and Ellie now has penicillin. She's going back to find Joel, and she ends up treating Joel. She doesn't know what to do, but she's just like, just figures it out, and she's able to help out Joel with the medicine. So that's great. Back at the camp, David ends up coming back to his group. He has the deer in hand, and he tells them that about Joel and Ellie. And the daughter of the man that Joel killed a few episodes back, she ends up saying, because David wants to bring him to justice, but the daughter says, no, we should kill them for what they've done. And then David goes up to the little girl and he smacks the shit out of her. Where I'm just like, dude, what the hell? Like, she's still recovering from what happened to her father. And I'll tell you about something that happened with the father in a little bit. All right, so what ends up happening is he tells them, like, oh, we're gonna go capture them. And the next day, Ellie ends up noticing that they're tracking them. So Ellie's plan is she gives Joel a knife and says, hey, try to be careful or whatever, because I'm gonna try and lead them away. But sadly, as Ellie is trying to lead them away, they capture her. And it's just like, damn. And David tells the rest of his group, well, I think even before after she's been captured, then David tells them, hey, go look for her friend. And they do. One of them does end up getting close to Joel, and Joel just takes him out. Like, even though Joel's not 100%, he's still kicking ass. And now Ellie's a hostage inside of David's place. And again, more creepy stuff from David. And he's trying to convince her to join their group, but you can tell Ellie's not for it. And then, all right, so then we go back to Joel, and he's captured a few of these guys, and he's interrogating them. And this is a crazy scene where the guy tells Joel where they're supposed to go, where their camp is at, and Joel still kills the guy. And the friend that's right behind him is like, why you kill him? He told you. It's like, I believe him. Joel's just like, I'm still gonna kill you guys. Like, we're seeing the darkness in humanity. It's like, no, we're enemies now. There is no maybe we'll be friends. I don't trust you guys. All right. And after this, we go back to Ellie, who's trying to figure out how to escape. And she notices something as she's trying to, like, find a way out. She notices an ear. And it all comes to mind of, and then what's his face? David brings her food, and it finally comes to light. They're eating people. And that's why they didn't want to bury the guy before, because they cut him up and they fed him to the community. A few people knew about it. One of them is James, which is why him and James have a weird thing. And it's like, yeah, they're cannibals. It's like, this was the big reveal. It's like, I wish the reveal was a little bit better, but still, it still got the thing. You see Ellie's, like, reaction. Bella Ramsey, like I said, amazing role in this episode. And now David's right there trying to talk to Ellie. And then it gets really, like, such a rapey vibes, because David's into her. And it's like, dude, she's a child. What the hell? And luckily, Ellie ends up breaking his finger, but he ends up punching her. And she's bleeding and all that. He gets James, and it looks like they're going to try and kill her. But she even tells them, I'm infected. She shows the mark, because she ends up biting David. So David thinks he's infected, but David said, like, we've had her for hours. Like, she should have turned by now. But while they're trying to discuss that stuff, Ellie grabs the cleaver that they were going to kill her with and stabs James. So for me, it's like, holy crap, we see Ellie kill Joel. TV Ellie killed video game Joel. And she kills James. And then she runs away. David goes looking for her. She ends up grabbing these coals to, like, she ends up trying to burn some stuff, throws it at David, and the entire place starts going on fire. And while David does eventually catch her, and he's trying to rape her, and I'm just like, what the hell? Luckily, she's able to get the cleaver again, and she just goes to town and kills David. And it was well deserved. Fuck that guy. Sorry for cursing, but yeah, that guy sucked. I was happy he was dead. Oh man, guys, it was creepy as hell. It was one of those moments where you're just like, you felt for Ellie, and you're like, yes, kill him. And then afterwards, Ellie gets out, and Joel finds her, and she's traumatized. She's at first freaking out, and then Joel tells her, hey, it's me, and she's able to calm down, and we get, like I said, we get this father-daughter feeling from them of, like, he's there, he's trying to protect her. I bet he wishes he'd gotten there, like, a little bit sooner, but yeah, it was an insane scene. I really thought, like, this was one of the best scenes of the show, just because they gave so much emotion. And yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this episode. We got one episode left next week. I'll have that review out next Tuesday, unless I somehow No, there's no way I'm getting it out by Monday. But yes, guys, it's been a great run so far. I can't wait for the next episode. Please let me know what you guys thought about it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, can't wait for the next episode. And talk to you guys soon. Bye.